is going, okay, so whoever is going to be, joining us later, they can just go back to our Zoom recording, and then they can get the information that they were missing. Okay, so today I want to speak to you guys about something that I've been getting tons and tons of questions regarding post-acne. So a lot of estheticians are telling me that they have great results when it comes to dealing with the acne. Thank you for the faces. Love seeing you guys. So a lot of estheticians are complaining to me, telling me, okay, so I've had great results when it comes to the acne and the hyperpigmentation, and the scarring looks a lot better. However, when it comes to the post-acne, what does the post-acne looks like? So I definitely want to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, so you guys can get a rough idea of what I am saying. And that way you can understand what I'm referring to. Give me just a second. Okay, I got it. Okay. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. So as you can see here, so this specific client, can everyone see the photo? Can everyone see the photo? Just put your thumbs up if you see the photo. Perfect. Okay, so as you can see, this client suffered from severe acne, scars, and hyperpigmentation. So we did get great results when it comes to the acne. Usually our method is really to stick by the 3 weeks. Like third week, we take the before and after photos. That's like our stigma that we like to do in the company. But all the photos you see when, on the website, where we post on Facebook, Instagram, all these photos, usually our key is 3 weeks. So this is the result she got after 3 weeks. However, we have this thing where it's called post-acne. So what is post-acne? So once the acne is gone, right, we were able to treat it. We're able to, clear out the infection. We're able to clear out the inflammation, but we get these marks all over the face that appears to look like scars. And these scars are actual post-acne. So what do we do? How can we deal with them? So I would just want to show you a few photos so you guys can get a rough idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, so again, this client, great results, but again, we have these like red marks right on the skin. We're going to talk about, obviously post-acne, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. But before we get into that, I want to explain to you first what we're doing. So here's what we're dealing when we deal with scars. So once the acne is gone, don't forget that in order to clear out the acne, clear the inflammation, we actually do have to do the extraction. Now, a lot of the times, the clients think that they're estheticians themselves, and they're so tempted to touch their skin, and they start squeezing at home. I see that on a daily basis. They think, oh, okay, if my esthetician can do it, so why can't I do it? Let me just, squeeze it out. And these actions are, in a way, it's what, that's what we're treating, but it's actually making our life harder, because what happens when we're doing the peel for the acne, it works very different from, let's say, the pigmentation peel. And I'll explain to you why. When we're doing the peel for acne, we're actually clearing out the acne. So the client within 2-3 days actually break out even more. And then they complain, they say, why am I breaking out? Like, I didn't have it this bad. That is good, that's excellent. The more they're gonna break out, the more they're gonna get cleaned out. So you do have to explain that to your client. On the other end, when we're dealing with hyperpigmentation, we're doing the exact opposite. We're not gonna go and cause them to have more hyperpigmentation, because they will literally kill you. So what we're going to do is we're gonna push it down into the melanin as deep as possible. So when we're dealing with acne, and all of the acne starts coming out, then what they do, they start squeezing, they start touching in front of the mirror, it's a tease. And we have to first explain it to the client to never ever touch. That's what we have the products for. That's continuing the job of the peel, that's continuing to dry out the acne, and continuing to dry out the overworking sebum. So that's very, very important to notify your client, and also make them understand that if they're going to touch, it is going to leave a scar. Now, these scars are what we're talking about today, which is post-acne. So how do we deal with post-acne? Here's the thing. We have an amazing, amazing peel, okay? But before I get to the peel, I really want to talk to you. I've sent I think it was about 2 weeks ago on the group chat. I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about and how we deal with it. Give me just a second. I've sent you guys a video that shows how we deal with the mesotherapy machine combined with the peel. So what are we doing really with the meso? So I know a lot of estheticians are really freaking out about the mesotherapy machine, but it's really something that's really going to help you. We also have the RF, that's very known now in the market. And what it actually does, it really, once we have the actual post-acne, we have the scar, and we have we'll call it the hole inside the skin, we can't make the skin go back to how it was. That's not possible. That will never happen. Don't ever, 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 I don't care how long you've been in the business, don't ever tell your client that you're going to give them to 100% results, because it will not happen. However, you can get very high improvement. I'm going to show you that right now. Also before and afters, and I'm going to show you how we did it. And how do we deal with it? We basically have to, in some way, melt the skin that's next to that hole, so it can be as close as possible to the actual sinking in, deep hole. So again, I want to explain that to you so you guys can get some sort of method understanding what I'm saying. If the skin has some sort of hole, okay, so it has some sort of hole here, but the skin here is good, the skin all around is good. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to the good part of the skin, and we're going to make it melt so it can be as close as possible to the skin that's already been melted and actually damaged, okay? Because when we're going to deal with damaged skin, once it's damaged, the elastic fibers have been built. We cannot rebuild it. We can only play around with the skin around it, which is the same thing like we're dealing with stretch marks. Once the skin, and I want to talk to you about it's the same exact method today for stretch marks as well. I'm going to give you a good tip for that, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what I'm talking about. So before I get into that, I really want to show you, okay, this specific client. Okay, now let me try to pause that for you guys. Okay, so this is how the client came in, with a lot of inflammation, severe acne, but most post-acne, okay? I want to show you that. Okay, do you guys see the post-acne? Do you see the actual holes inside the skin? Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So the acne is gone. It looks a lot like scars, but it's really post-acne. It's literally acne that she touched, that she squeezed, she couldn't keep her hands to herself, and that's how it stayed. Okay, now this specific client, again, I told you what we do is we usually take pictures after 3 weeks. Okay, so I'm going to show you right now how she was only after 2 treatments of mesotherapy. But before I get into that, I really want to show you. Let me show you that. Second. Okay, are you guys ready to see this? Okay, so look at her now. Okay, now this is after only 2 mesotherapy sessions combined with the actual peel. So you have to understand that, again, we cannot, let me just show you this one more time so you guys can see the difference. Okay, we see actual holes inside the skin, which is the severe post-acne. Okay. And then this is her after only 2 treatments of the mesotherapy combined with the scar peel, which I will show you right now. This is the other side. So you can see that there's still scarring. So we're still working on that. We're still going to do a few sessions. She's only at her second session. She did, pay in advance for 6 sessions in advance because we know that it's going to be anywhere about 4 to 6 sessions minimum. And, so it really worked out nicely. However, I'm going to show you now this specific client. Okay, so this specific client not only had severe rosacea and seborrheic dermatitis, okay, but a lot of open pores and comedones, and she had so many things going on. Now, I had to be very, very careful. Now, the reason I'm showing you this photo is because I couldn't go crazy as much as I did with the other client because of her rosacea and seborrheic dermatitis. So as we spoke about last week, dealing with rosacea and seborrhea, for those of you guys who didn't watch it, I highly recommend for you guys to go over to the Zoom recording and look back into that. We're not going to irritate the skin when we have rosacea and seborrheic dermatitis because that can actually do harm rather than do good. So we have to be very, very careful with what we're doing. I'm going to show you right now. This is the girl that I sent the video about a few weeks ago, which I will show you in a little bit. But I just wanted you guys to know that when we're dealing with rosacea and seborrheic dermatitis, once we've cleared out the rosacea and seborrhea, a lot of the times the client also has post-acne. So we're not going to go crazy and we're not going to irritate the skin because anything that can cause the skin to be extra red and extra irritated can actually cause the rosacea and seborrhea to come back. Okay, is this clear so far? Perfect. Okay, so now I want to talk to you, okay, about what we actually do, and then we're going to talk about the products that we're going to give after, because that is very, very important. Hey guys. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen with you guys. Okay, this is Cheval from Gold Cosmetics and Skin. So today we have a client who's been suffering from acne. Oh, what happened? So sorry. Try it again. For those of you guys who didn't see it, again, you have that on the WhatsApp group. Okay, got it. So let me just share that with you guys. Guys, it's Cheval from Gold Cosmetics and Skin. So today we have a client who's been suffering from acne, rosacea, seborrheic dermatitis, post-acne, and scarring. Thank God we've reached a great accomplishment with the rosacea, seborrhea, the acne. Now we're pretty much only left with the post-acne and the open pores. So today what we're going to do is the stamping method with the mesotherapy. And we're just going to put a little bit of hyaluronic acid. And we're going to start with the meso. First, we're going to start with circular motion. And then where we actually have the open pores and the post-acne, we're going to use stamping. If it bleeds, it's okay, but try not to go in too deep. It's very important to know that if there's still acne on the surface of the skin, we are not doing the mesotherapy because it can actually irritate it and cause inflammation in the skin. So as of now, all we are doing is just on post-acne. Again, if it bleeds, it's normal. We don't want too much bleeding, but we do want penetration. I'm going to send you the before and after so far, but there's a huge improvement when it comes to the scarring. So I'm doing again circular motion, and only where there is a hole, we are going with the stamping method. So this is just going to help the chemical peel going much deeper. You have a better effect on the post acne. See where there's acne and you're not touching. We're gonna go all around, but no uneven. Again, the membrane should be very, very gentle, not too deep. We don't want to damage the skin. We just want deeper penetration. The mesotherapy is also very good for open pores. It actually helps close it if possible. Okay, and then now we're just going to clean. And then after we are done cleaning, once we're done with cleaning, we're just going to take everything press that. And we're just going to go over very gently. Trying to damage the skin very, very lightly with a combination of the mesotherapy. And the client is not going to wash her face for 24 hours. 24 hours later, she's going to make sure she uses the home care products, and we'll keep you posted. Thank you. Okay, so we showed you how to do the method when it comes to the mesotherapy. Now I want to show you what we actually do. Okay, so there's a lot of things that you guys need to know. So if the holes are really, really deep, just like this specific client, because her skin overall looks great, she suffered from severe acne, severe scarring, severe pigmentation, and thank God we were able to get to all of that. The only thing that was left is the post-acne. So this is the hyaluronic acid. This is the booster, okay? The booster is what you guys are using at home. I'm sorry, at your clinic. And then you have a different one, which is the hyaluronic acid to use at home, which I'll show you in a second. But this specific hyaluronic is what was used combined with the mesotherapy. Anywhere we see that we want to fill that area, it's using the hyaluronic acid booster. We're literally doing the stomping type of method with the mesotherapy. And we are taking the hyaluronic acid and we're putting it on and then again going over it until it penetrates in deep. And you're going to see right away that, it's getting, first of all, it's helping us penetrate it deeper. You're going to see also the mesotherapy is going on smoother. It's not going to hurt the client because we're really working on the dermis. We don't want to work on the epidermis because otherwise we've done nothing. We know that the skin is damaged. We know that the hole is deep and we want to get as deep as possible without, God forbid, harming the skin and harming the client. So we're literally just going to put, a small amount of the hyaluronic acid in each area. And then we're going to put it over with the mesotherapy, continue massaging it in until, we've reached a certain amount where, you've seen that the skin absorb the hyaluronic acid. And then we're literally going to clean the area with the degreaser. Again, I'm repeating, I've got tons of questions regarding the degreaser. So stop paying for degreasers where you can make at home. Don't make this mistake. You can make it at home for cheap, for pennies, okay? You're literally going to take a spray bottle and you're going to put a quarter of acetone, a quarter of distilled water, and a quarter of at least 70% alcohol. You're going to mix it in the spray bottle and you're going to have it there. And every time you want to clean the client before the peel, we're literally going to clean with, a gauze, a pad, whatever you guys want. and the skin will be prepared and ready for the peel. Okay. Now, another booster that we have is the vitamin C. Now, the vitamin C works really, really well if the post acne is actually appearing to be dark. Okay. For white skin, you can see that the post acne seems red, but for darker skin, it actually shows up black. Okay. It can show up dark, dark, dark brown. And we want to not only, penetrate into the skin and really heal it, from the elastin fibers, but we also want to clear out that it left sort of like pigmentation, but it's really not pigmentation, it's really post-acne. So when we've done everything, whether it's the peel and we've dealt with hyperpigmentation and we have this specific certain spot that's, the post-acne and it appears to be dark, we're going to take the vitamin C and we're going to do the same exact method with the mesotherapy. And we're just going to do in that specific area, with the stamping method, excuse me. And then we're going to clear it up and then do again the peel over it. Okay. Now, I want to talk to you about the peels that we have when we do the mesotherapy. Okay. So this is the TCA peel, the 20% with the 17% Jessner, which I personally am obsessed with. I think it's great because it works for everyone. Even if the skin doesn't only have scars or doesn't have only pigmentation, it has like a mix of all of them, and you can only, do one application after doing mesotherapy. So that's also very important to know. Don't go crazy and do the mesotherapy and start going 4 applications because it's the first time the client walks in. Absolutely not. When you're dealing with meso, you can only do 1 application of a peel of your choice, and that is it. Okay. So what's good about this specific, the TCA peel, is that we can do it in very concentrated areas. Like, meaning if we're going to do the mesotherapy in specific hole, you can even take a tiny, tiny Q-tip, just like the ones you use for your ears to clean out your ears, and you can do literally inside the hole. You're going to see right away that, first of all, the post-acne starts getting filled up immediately. Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit of picture of exactly what it looks like. The skin right away, gets the frosting, but only in that specific hole. And then what happens is the client doesn't have to peel all over the face, only where really the scar appears to be. So this is why I love using this specific, the peel. However, you do have to let your client know that it will turn brown into a scab for about, anywhere from 5 to 8 days. And it's going to peel. So it's going to look a little bit like freckles or, like dark spots, but it will look like in about a few days and then it just peels by itself. You could also tell your clients to use, Neosporin or any antibiotic cream to put on a daily basis about 2 times a day. And then that's actually going to help the scab heal much faster and peel and, do the process a lot quicker. But you do have to let your client not to peel, even when it's right at the tip and right at the end, not to touch and not to help the peeling, because then it's going to leave a mark. You want it to, peel by itself, and to let your client know that is very, very important. Okay. Now, another thing I want to teach you is the scars peel. So here's the thing. I know we're talking about post-acne, but the scars peel can actually do a lot for you guys. So if we're going to do the mesotherapy and we're going to do the stamping method, just like I showed you in the video, and we want to do, let's say, also for, not just post-acne, but also stretch marks or deep, deep, deep wrinkles where it literally looks like scars, then we're going to take the mesotherapy. We're going to do with the hyaluronic acid because we do want to fill this area in. And then after we wipe down and, do the degreaser, you're just going to take the scars peel and you're going to put all over the area where you stamped it. And it works like magic. Also stretch marks. I'm telling you, it works like magic. I have 3 children. That's the only thing that helped me. I promise you, you won't be sorry. So literally just, do the same exact method also on the stomach. I have to tell you that if you're gonna, if the client's gonna start bleeding a little bit, that's awesome. That is great. That's bonus plus for you. A lot of the time the skin is so thick And it's so, the hole is so deep that it won't bleed. So if it bleeds, you've reached the right amount. I'm not saying go crazy and start making them bleed all over. That's also wrong. Do not do that. Especially with yellow skin tone. With olive skin tone color, we are not going crazy. We don't want to make them bleed because that can actually leave pigmentation. So we really want to go very, very light. And then once we've done that, we're going to take the scars peel, and you can either do, just inside the holes, or you can do one application all over. I can tell you that if the holes are very deep, I do highly recommend to do it only inside the holes, and then that really heals the post acne the right way. Now, another thing I want to talk to you about, because a lot of you guys are making this mistake. I see it on a daily basis. Also, there's really estheticians are making this mistake. If there's still inflamed acne, okay, it can even be one, it can even be two, it can even be, hardly you can see it. But when you're doing the extraction, if you're seeing that the skin is still inflamed, meaning every extraction that you're touching pops up to the limb, or every extraction that you're touching really turns into a bruise right away, or nonstop bleeding, there is inflammation inside the skin. You are not going to do the mesotherapy, because if you're going to do the mesotherapy, you're actually going to cause the inflammation to spread. So that is 100% wrong. And we are not doing that. What you are going to do, even if the post acne is more to be seen than the acne, if there's infection in the skin, we are not doing the mesotherapy method. We are not doing the scars peel. We're first, to begin, we're starting with the peeling Mila, which is the peeling Mila actually treats all the inflammation, all the infection in the skin. And only within a week, when the client has used the Acne Plus, which is the antibiotic for acne, only after that we can start working on the post acne and the scars. So that is very, very important to know, because we want to heal the skin. We want to treat it from the inside. That's right. We do want to, make sure that the skin is even and it looks beautiful, but you also have to think of what it can cause if you're doing the wrong thing. So don't think, a lot of the times I see the client says, oh, I don't care about my acne, I care about my scars. Never go by what the client says. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know that if you're going to go and just treat the post acne and the scarring, meanwhile the skin is inflamed, you're actually going to cause the skin to be worse. And trust me, the client is not going to be happy with the results, and neither will you. Okay. Now, I want to show you. Okay. So you've seen this specific client. So here's the key. This is what I'm talking about: inflamed acne. Notice how every extraction turns into a scab. Every extraction turns bruised. You can see that the skin is literally inflamed. So before I even started the whole sessions with the mesotherapy and the post acne, to start just at the beginning, first off was extraction, degreaser, and peeling Mila right away. First, to calm down the infection, and only after that I started working on the mesotherapy. And you can see that the skin looks much healthier. There's no more infection in the skin. And now we're literally dealing with just the scars. But notice how the holes are very, very deep. Okay. And that's because the scars are very, very deep. Now, a lot of the times I know in the US, it's less than Israel. But in Israel, every single dermatologist, they see a little bit of acne right away, they give the Accutane. Every little thing. It is terrible. Okay. Now, you guys have to understand that once the client has taken the Accutane, you have to understand that you cannot give them 100% guarantee, and you can't give them even 80% guarantee, because when they take the Accutane, you have to understand that it literally dries out all the saliva throughout the body. Now, we don't have a sebum to be working with. So have we seen good results with, clients who have taken Accutane? Absolutely, we have. Are you going to guarantee it? Absolutely not. Very important to know that within the first year that they're taking, you guys are not touching them, not extraction, no peels, no nothing, a year after they have finished taking the pills. So that is a very, very important key to know. Only a year after, in general, not just with our company, with any company, keep that in mind, because every single thing that you guys will do to the client will turn right away into the scar. So we want to prevent that. You have to wait at least a year. And even after a year, take that in consideration that, it might even, you might not have an improvement. So know that right away and let your client know. Okay, so we have done the mesotherapy, we have done everything else. What do we give to the client at home? So this is the strongest kit. I know you guys are seeing a lot of products, oh my God, my client's not gonna buy all these products. So I'm gonna, just break it down one by one. Of course, you guys can minimize, you can take, one out, you can take, add, you can always play around with them. But this is the strongest kit. This is the kit that was given to the client that I showed you with inflammation, because the acne was severe, the infection was severe, the acne was so bad, the scars were really bad, even the pigmentation was severe. So this is what we gave to the client. And we gave her the bleach cream soap. It's actually going to keep the pH balance and have, an effect on deeper penetration when it comes to the product. We gave her the bleach toner so she can actually have not only vitamin C degreaser at home, but something that can actually make sure that the skin is really, really, really sterilized and clean as much as possible, and can actually have much, much deeper penetration when it comes to the products. And then we gave her the trio, which is the D-Clear, the bleach cream, the Cheval, of course. And of course, we gave her the strongest ones, which is the D-Clear Forte, the bleach cream Forte, and the Cheval Forte, which is double the percentage when it comes to the products. And then what we did is we actually gave her, on top of that, to use the anti-acne at night, okay, so to dry out all the acne. So we really dealt with a lot of skin problems all at once. We wanted to give her obviously the quickest results and the most effective results that you can see after, only 3 weeks, the amazing results. And then what we did also is, because we wanted to close up the pores, we wanted to close up the acne, we wanted to close up the scarring, is what we gave her is the anti-scars and open pores, to give her only in the morning, to apply a very, very small amount all over the face. And that actually helped to close, to seal, to reheal, and make sure that the fibers are actually coming back together. Okay. Now, when the client doesn't have a lot of clients, for instance, clients who have been taking Accutane and they don't have any more acne, they don't have these issues. All they have is literally they're stuck with only post-acne and scarring. So what do we give them? Do they need the entire kit, the D-Clear, the bleach, and the Cheval? No, they don't. They don't need them. And why they don't need? Because they don't need a million products. Their acne is controlled and their oil is controlled, but they just slept, with the marks of touching and, the acne that slept. So what do we give them? So this is the perfect kit to give. We have, again, the bleach cream soap, which keeps the pH balanced, exactly 5.5 pH. And then that way you can have a deeper penetration. We have the bleach toner that's actually, again, containing the vitamin C, that actually contains to lighten up the scarring, to help penetration, and also sterilize as much as possible. And then in the morning, we want to give the Lior 22, which contains onion peels, which is a natural acid that actually helps to not only close and heal, it actually helps to close up the elastic fibers, the damaged skin, but also seal it in a very, very light peel, meaning not something too aggressive. And on top of that, we want to give them the anti-scars open pores, again, to continue the job, to close, to seal, to really heal the skin as much as possible. This is what we're going to give in the morning, the Lior and the anti-scars open pores. And at night, we want to give the Chevalit, which is the Chevalit is what? It's retinol. So it's also going to dry out the skin. It's going to help to renew the skin. It's going to help, give brand new skin, but not in an aggressive way, not in a way where the skin is going to be overly red, overly irritated, because don't forget that a lot of the times the post-acne appears to be red. So we don't want the skin to be overly red. We actually want to do the opposite, but we want to make sure that it evens out to one even skin tone, okay? So if we want to treat just scars, but really, really, really severe scars without acne at all. If there's acne, then we're going to add the anti-acne. But if we want to just treat, the severe scarring, this is definitely, the trial. This is the most known in our company, which is the Deep Clear, the bleach cream, and the Cheval A, which helps to not only brighten up, it helps also to, continue to heal the skin. It continues to lighten up the pigmentation, the post acne, and it also helps to even out the skin tone to uneven color. Again, this is for severe cases like the photos that I've showed you. I did not give all of them this kit. If we're going to be working with post acne with rosacea and seborrhea, we are not going to give the Cheval A. We're actually going to switch up the Cheval A, and we're going to give on top of that, we're going to give the rosacea cream or the seborrhea cream on top of the Deep Clear and the bleach cream. But again, if it's just post acne, you don't need all these products. You can just give the client, where's this kit? This specific kit, which is the Lior, the Chevalite, and the anti-scars open pores. And there's really no need for all that aggressiveness. I know a lot of you guys love to be working really, really quickly, but I promise you it does the job very well. Don't forget that you're doing the job in your clinic with the mesotherapy and the scars peel. So it works very, very well. However, I want to show you guys the one and only, the Blanco cream. So if the post acne appears to be dark and appears to be, darker than the rest of the skin, usually olive skin tone color appears to be, like dark spots with the post acne. So it does look like pigmentation, but it's really post acne. So what we can give is we can give the bleach cream at night, and we can give the Blanco in the morning, and that's actually going to keep the job going. It's going to lighten up the, the pigmentation, which is really not pigmentation, it's really post acne. And, if it's very severe, then again, we're going to give a trial, the Deep Clear, bleach cream, and Cheval at night, and we can combine that with the Blanco in the morning. Okay. So have your questions ready. We're going to start very, very soon. But before that, I want to go over a few stuff. Okay. So as I mentioned regarding the mesotherapy when it comes to stretch marks, I know we weren't going to get into that today. We're just going to talk about post acne. But, if we're already talking about the hyaluronic acid, we're talking about already damaged skin, I definitely recommend to take this in with you guys. So this is with the mesotherapy, we are doing the exact same method we're doing for the face. With the scarring, we're going to do that for the stretch marks. So again, if the stretch marks appear to be really, damaged, because what are stretch marks? They're damaged elastic fibers. The skin has, got bigger, just stretched and ripped. So what do? It causes scars. It looks like literal scars. However, when the skin has, ripped and it turned into a stretch mark, the skin is very thin in that area. So we're not going to go as crazy as we did, before when it comes to the scarring. What we are going to do is we're going to do the stamping method all around, okay? And then we're going to do on top of that, either the scars peel or the TCA 20% on top of that. And we're going to give the client at home the anti-stretch marks. If you want to give even, have stronger effect, you can always give the anti-stretch marks. And then on top of that, the Cheval A, which is going to do not only heal the scarring, but it's also going to renew the skin, help it peel, and really, have brand new skin. Is it going to be 100%? No, it's not going to be 100%. As I mentioned, when, the skin has been built, it's never going to be 100%, not with us, not with any other company. However, you can get very, very great results when it comes to, anywhere from 70 to 80% results, and it works like magic. I do want to tell you that if the stretch marks appear to be dark, meaning if the stretch marks with olive skin tone color, usually it appears to be brown. So in that case, we're not only going to give the anti-stretch marks, we're going to give the bleach cream, the Cheval, and the anti-stretch marks, which is going to not only lighten up, the darker pigment, it's also going to renew, and then it's going to seal up with the anti-stretch marks product, okay? So we obviously know that we have to use the 24-hour sunblock when, using these type of products, when we're doing these peels. Very important to know. For 24 hours, you don't have to tell your client to reapply the sunblock. They can put it once in the morning and they can go throughout the whole day, and they're good and they're covered and no damage will be happening. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be more than happy to answer your questions today. Okay, so let's start with the questions in the chat, and then I'm going to go into the WhatsApp. Okay, microneedling, how deep, degreaser first, meso and peel, Varigold and SPF. Okay, so when we're doing the mesotherapy, we are going, again, it depends on the area, yes, but usually we go anywhere from 0.25 to 0.15, okay? If we're gonna deal on the stomach, when we're dealing with stretch marks, we can even go up to 1, which is really strong, I know, but we can go stronger. The skin in the stomach is much thicker than the face, so we can go a little bit stronger and we can go crazy. When it comes to the degreaser, yes, we're right away after the mesotherapy, just like the video that I showed you guys. We're going to do the mesotherapy. On top of that, clean the area, do the mesotherapy, clean the area, do the degreaser, and then right after that, we're ready to do the peel. After the peel, it is highly recommended to put the Varigold, because the Varigold contains aloe vera and menthol, which is really like a calming cream. That way it's not going to be too aggressive for the client. And then sunblock, we always end with sunblock. We want to keep the skin as safe as possible. We're already playing around and going crazy with it. We want to keep it as safe as possible. Okay. How often do we do the treatment? So we do the treatment anywhere from, let's say we've done the peel, and then you want to, for instance, if the client's skin is inflamed, you can, and you've done the Mila peel, then you can do it after a week. But if you're doing in between sessions with just mesotherapy with a peel, it needs to be at least 3 week, difference. Okay. So every 3 weeks, you can do the mesotherapy with a peel. Again, I'm repeating, that's only one application of a peel of your choice. It can be the scars peel, it can be the acne peel, it can be the TCA 20%, but it has to be only one application of your choice. Okay. Where can I get all your products and peel protocols? I have that. So I will show you it. I'm going to finish with the questions, and I'm going to show you guys the link on where you get all the products, because I have that from last week. Let's just continue. Okay. So I'm going to read it out loud. A lot of the questions are in Hebrew, so I'm going to translate it. So there's a lot of Israelis here too. Can the skin be damaged after going in the sun after doing this mesotherapy peels? So no, that's why we have a 24-hour sunblock. If the sunblock is applied correctly, generously, yes, every single morning, they can go throughout the whole day. There'll be no damage, nothing will be happening. And you can definitely, be feeling safe, okay? Can they apply makeup right after the treatment? Yes, absolutely. We are working on the dermis. We are not working on the epidermis. Therefore, they can absolutely apply sunblock. They can apply makeup right away. They can apply foundation. They can go. There's no worry. Why hyaluronic acid booster and not vitamin C? Okay. So again, it depends on what we're doing. If the post-acne appears to be dark, okay, if it appears to be, I'm going to actually find you guys a photo of what it looks like so you guys can get a better idea. If the post-acne appears to be dark, like a dark pigment after the skin, healed, then we know that this appears to be pigmentation, but it's not regular pigmentation. It's pigmentation from post-acne. So it's very important to know that we're going to do the vitamin C rather than the hyaluronic acid, because the hyaluronic acid is the areas where we want to fill in. We are not going to do, the post-acne with vitamin C if we know that we want to fill up the areas. So anywhere that you want to fill into the area, no matter where it is, then you can do the hyaluronic acid. Will it cause damage to the ones if you do the pigmentation? No, but will it help? Also no. So it's very, it's very concentrated on what you can use, okay? I did find the photo. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I see you guys have more questions. I promise I'll get to everyone, but let me just show you what I'm talking about. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes to post-acne with dark skin tone. Can you guys all see that? Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. The client, was touching and, it kept on, inflammation kept on spreading. Now, if you can see, there is no acne. There is no acne. The acne is gone. If we squeeze, nothing will come out. But there is these scars, and it appears to be post-acne. This is literally post-acne. This is acne that is gone, but it left the dark spot. So it's not pigmentation where it's melasma and it's hormonal and it's something like that. It's literally scars that left a mark. So this is what I was talking about when it comes to the post-acne. Now look at her result. Again, amazing results. Not 100%. I can definitely say anywhere from about 80% difference. But again, it's not 100%. So don't ever, tell your client that it's going to be 100% because it won't be, but it'll definitely make a huge, huge difference. You can even see, I don't know if you can see clearly, but even in the neck, it went all the way down. And this is the post-acne when it comes to dark skin tone, olive skin tone. So remember that, okay? So I'm going to continue into the messages. And good question. Vitamin C can bright the post-acne dark spots. Yes. Will we give the bleach cream at home? Absolutely. We want to continue the job going. You also have the collagen booster, but that we want to do when, we're doing the mesotherapy when it comes to wrinkles, sagging skin. So that does miracles, which I'll definitely get to within the next Zooms. We're going to start working on wrinkles and anti-aging. But the vitamin C works amazing when it comes to dark spots. Also, if you're going to be doing with the boosters, that's a great way to bring, the skin to be back to normal. Because a lot of the time the skin is very irritated. The skin already reached the point where it looks good, but it's red all the time. We don't want the skin to be red all the time. We want the skin to look like this is how the client was at all times. So instead of doing peels all the time, they're going to continuing the prevention at home with the products. And we are going to, just do boosters at our clinics. We're going to do with the boosters, with the mesotherapy, whether it's collagen, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, and it does miracles. It brings back the collagen to the skin. It brings the skin to be back to normal, not red anymore. And then slowly, we're going to take a little bit of products, meaning not always that deep bleach and Cheval. We can start, telling to use the Cheval not every night. We can start saying, 3 times a week, twice a week. We can start playing around with that, of course, depending on the client, okay? How can I mix vitamin C with the kit? How can you mix the vitamin C with the kit? You mean the vitamin C moisturizer? Is that what you're referring to? Because if you're dealing with a moisturizer, then you can definitely add that. You can add it at the end, after giving the entire kit that deep bleach and Cheval. You can wait a little bit and the client can put it at night. The client can also put it in the morning. But, that's actually a very good question that you're telling me. The best moisturizer to use for this specific, subject that we were talking about would definitely have to be, let me see if I can even find that. That would be the silicone anti-scars. I'm going to look into that in a second. The silicone anti-scars would probably be the best bet when it comes to moisturizer for the client, because it doesn't make the skin overly greasy to the point where it can, do the opposite of what we want. But it can also, give the right amount of moisture. I'm going to look into that and I'm going to show you guys in a second as well. Let's see, there's more questions. Which creams do you leave the customer wait after a while? What they can take out on this one is already good for maintenance. I'm sorry, I'm not understanding the question. Which cream you leave the customer with after a while, what can they take out for this one already with, okay, so what product, I'm thinking that's what you're referring to, is that which product is used for maintenance after. I definitely recommend the Lior and the Chevalier to do on a daily basis. That's going to help not only re-heal the skin, but make sure that there's no comedones. Also, clients who have, these clients who have a lot of comedones and a lot of blackheads and whiteheads, and they keep on getting it over and over. After doing extraction, send them home with the Lior and the Chevalier. And it does miracles. It really closes it up. It does, it really makes sure that the skin looks really, really nicely and, smoothed out with no blackheads, no whiteheads, and it works out really well. For those clients who have also a lot of whiteheads, this is just a tip that I'm telling you guys. These are the clients that suffer from cholesterol. So definitely let them know to get that checked out, because the ones who have deep, and a lot of whiteheads, definitely to check their cholesterol. Okay. Silicone anti-scar moisturizer. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm gonna send to you guys right now. This is the best moisturizer that you can use when it comes to the post-acne and the scarring. Second, this one, it would be second. That would be definitely this one. This is the one I'm talking about, the silicone anti-scars. It not only helps to really rebuild the fibers, but also give the right amount of moisture without damaging the skin or working with the overworking sebum to make sure that, it's breaking, the skin is breaking out. So it really does the job well done. Okay. Let's see. I see that there's more. How effective are the products for dark skin? What do you recommend as a starter product for new clients with only post-acne and scarring? Okay. How effective are the products? I have to tell you, as one that I myself, that's the only thing I use for my clients, and truth speaking, is the only thing I do believe in. I highly, highly, highly recommend these specific products. They really do the job well. Again, if the client doesn't have, anything else other than literally only post-acne, there is no need for the trial. Don't always think that that's the right way to go. A lot of the times it's not needed. The Lior and the Chevalier and the anti-scar open pores do the job great. Only when it's a severe, severe case, then we're going to give really the trial, because we want to deal with other issues. But if it's a severe case, then we don't have a choice. But not everyone, within their budget can afford to take all these products. And a lot of the times, clients don't want to use so many creams. So that's also okay. You just have to make sure that you tell them to use the Lior and the Chevalier and the anti-scars up the pores, and the results are amazing, I promise you. What do you recommend as a starter product for new clients with only post-acne? Again, Lior, Chevalier, anti-scars, open pores. Definitely for a starter, always have the Blanco. The Blanco cream is really one of the best products out there, not only in the US, but Israel, but nationwide. It is literally the best seller product that we have. It does so many things in one container. So if you have this specific client who's giving you an issue and doesn't want to apply all these products and says, oh, I'm not the person to, reapply my products, and I'm not like that, definitely give them the Blanco. It really, I'm telling you, all the time I get asked, what are you using for your skin? I maintain with the Blanco and the hyaluronic acid, and that's it. I've done everything else. I've done the trio, I've done the bleach, the Cheval, I've done everything. Now I don't need these products because my skin looks great. I don't think that my skin was good. My skin was bad. I had acne, I had scars, I had hyperpigmentation, I had all this chaos going on. And now I just maintain with the Blanco on a daily basis and the hyaluronic acid. And every once in a while, when I want to give it like a good boost, then I definitely add the bleach cream about 2-3 times a week. And it works like magic. Okay. So again, you play around with that. You don't always need the trial. I've seen that mistake where you guys right away give the trial. No, there's other things that you guys can also combine. Of course, it is the strongest kit. And when severe cases, we do want to go the strongest. Okay. Which cream you leave the customer? Okay, this so we read. 1 second. After peeling, what can, okay, so I just spoke about that, what we can maintain with what we can take out. So you can take out the bleaching cheval, you can start giving just the bleach cream, you can start giving the bleach cream with the blanco. You can play around with that, but today we're talking about only post-acne, so don't confuse each other. So definitely the right way. Again, remember that to maintain also after the Lior, the Chevalit, and the anti-scars open pores, okay? So regarding the cholesterol, yes, when you see a client that has a lot of melias, that have a lot of comedones, a lot of whitehead, definitely tell them to check their cholesterol, because most likely they have high cholesterol, and it's going to continue coming. If you want to take it out, that's great, you can, but definitely let your client know before that they are going to keep it coming when it comes to the whiteheads. Okay. Underground pimples during a facial, which peel is better to use as a spot treatment? So again, as a peel. Okay, so a peel, we definitely have the open pores peel, and that's probably the best way to do it, because again, each peel does a different type of job. When it comes to comedones and underground pimples, it's really the comedones inside the skin. That's like the client that I showed you before. Definitely go with the open porous peel, because we not only want to bring sure everything comes up, we also want to make sure that we close it. If you have a hard time doing the extraction, because the comedones are, keep on coming, and, you keep on squeezing and more comes out and more comes out, for this specific client, I highly, highly recommend to do the roan rice peel before. It really helps to bring out the comedones from the root. It is the rice peel. That's what it's called, a rice peel. You leave it on, you take it off, and it really helps bringing the comedones to come up right away from the root. And then you don't have to continue squeezing over and over and over and over. It really comes very easily, and it works like magic. Do you have a product that corrects dandruff that falls on the forehead that leaves uneven skin tone? Okay, so clearly from your question, you were in the last week's Zoom, which is exactly what we spoke about. That's the seborrheic dermatitis, and we definitely have that. We have an amazing soap that's used as an antibiotic soap for the skin and for the scalp. It's called the Nisolite soap, okay? And then what we do is we actually give drops that's called Scalpy, that's used for the scalp. It's going to treat all the dandruff, it's going to heal all the scalp. And if the client has on their face as well, then they're going to use the same exact soap, which is called the Nisolite soap, on the face. And we're going to give the client the seborrheic cream to use on a daily basis in the face. And then this is going to help treat not only the scalp, but also the face. However, I highly recommend for you guys, for the one that asked me this specific question, to definitely go back to the website and see last week's Zoom, because we literally spoke only about rosacea and seborrhea, and rosacea and seborrheic dermatitis combined with acne. And you're going to see the name of the products, what to give after, the peels. I highly recommend it. I'm going to show you at the end. I'm going to put in the website that you guys can see. And for those of you guys who didn't register on the website, big mistake. You guys have everything there, tutorials, protocols, products list, everything is on there. All the Zooms that we've had, even older Zooms, like years back, on certain disorders. I definitely recommend for you guys to sign in and, get your knowledge for free. What can go wrong with that? Can we use the bleach and the blanco together at night? You can use the bleach cream and the blanco over it. Do I recommend it used together? Not really, because you don't want one to give the effect of the other. I definitely recommend to do the bleach cream at night and then the blanco in the morning. But if you want to go stronger, you can definitely put the bleach cream and the blanco together, and then you can add again at night in the morning either the bleach cream or the blanco, and then don't forget the sunblock. That's very, very important. Okay. Can Can we do the rowan rice peel over chemical peel? Absolutely not. You can pick your choice, either the rowan rice peel or the chemical peel. I can tell you that the rowan rice peel now we've made it stronger. That way, again, it can help you with the comedones and the underground pimples to make it really float up. So we did make it stronger for those of you guys who are used to the old ones. Make sure you put a very small amount, thin layer, not like how it used to be, because we upgraded the peel. It is stronger. Okay. What's the difference between bleach soap and Blanco soap? Great question. The Blanco soap contains not only minerals, but also acids. So for clients who have severe case of acne, severe case of pigmentation, and we want to give it, a stronger effect, then we're going to give the Blanco soap. However, if we're going to give the bleach cream and the D-Clear and the Chevalier, the Trio, and the strongest product, we don't want to add more acids when it comes to the soap. We're actually going to do damage if we're going to put too much. So we want to give the bleach cream soap that's actually containing aloe vera. And we want to actually calm down the skin to balance the peeling out. We don't want to give it too aggressive. We also want to give a good boost. So the bleach cream soap does the job perfect. Only if you really want to give, let's say, 1 or 2 products, meaning like the Blanco and the Porcelana, or the Cheval and the anti-acne, something like very, very light, and you want to give it a good boost. So definitely make it stronger when it comes to the soap, and that would be the Blanco soap. Okay, for those clients who don't want to go all out and spend all, you're not going to give them all the products, at least give them a good boost when it comes to the soap. Is the new peel 25% for post-acne? Wow, okay. First, I have to tell you, I didn't know that you guys got the TCA 25%. I thought it was just special that only we had it, but okay. So my mom's taking good care of you guys. So the TCA 25% is amazing for post-acne. If you want to go stronger, it's pure TCA. So it's not the ones with the adjuster, but it's a spot treatment only, unless you want to do for pigmentation, for yellow skin tone. You can actually do that all over the face, but don't jump into that. If you're only starting with our company, don't jump into the pool right away. You know what I mean? Like, feel the water a little bit, see what's going on, and then, go stronger. But it is great for post-acne. If you're going to do the TCA 25%, definitely do the stamping method and go really inside holes. I will definitely send you guys videos on how I do it and how it looks, so you guys can get a better idea of what it looks like when we're doing the spot treatment, because it works like magic. Okay, so you have more questions. Can we do the Mila peel in the forehead and the scalp? Okay, so again, for those of you guys who are asking me, this is seborrhea and rosacea. We spoke about that last week. The Mila peel we can use, it's recommended to use, to do on the scalp and the forehead when it comes to seborrhea and dandruff in the scalp. And then we're going to give, again, the Nisolite soap and the Scalpy drops to use at home. And you can even do that as early as every week, because it works like magic. Okay. What if the client still has acne, but mostly scarring? Can we do peeling Mila and then do the scars peel? So no, the peeling Mila, we can only do 1 application. You cannot mix it with any other peel. So if you're going to do the peeling Mila, it's going to be the peeling Mila only. And then after a week, if the client comes, then you can do the scars peel and you can go a little bit stronger. But first, you have to clear out the infection. Don't get that confused also. Don't just right away do the peeling Mila when it comes to acne, because if the acne is not inflamed, then there's no need for that. You can just put the peeling acne, and then you can put right away the scars peel, the pigmentation peel. You can mix it. So only if it's really necessary, only then put the peeling Mila. If it's not necessary, do not make that mistake. Don't waste your virgin skin that you can actually do 4 applications of mixed peels. Don't waste that on the peeling Mila unless it's really, really necessary. Can I apply Mila for psoriasis and for eczema, and what for home for both cases? So peeling Mila can be used for psoriasis, can be used for atopic dermatitis, can be used for seborrhea. can be used for severe rosacea, can be used for all inflammation in the skin, eczema, fungus, sun fungus. That was actually the first Zoom that we did. So go back to the website and look into that. And what do we use at home? You have the psoriasis cream. There's a regular psoriasis cream, and there's a double forte. That's for severe cases. And for eczema, you have the anti-eczema cream and you have the anti-eczema liquid that you can give your clients to use that for at home. Okay. I'm seeing you guys are sending me more messages on the WhatsApp. Okay. Is the relief cream or different name? It's the relief cream, but there is a stronger one for severe cases of psoriasis. It's called the double forte. You can ask Zahaba for that, and she'll definitely be more than happy to assist you with that, but only for severe cases if it's really necessary. What if the skin peels and turns? What? Sorry, can you rewrite that? I'm a little confused. Okay, if the skin bleeds, will that not cause the irritation to spread? No. So again, if the skin is irritated and inflamed, we are not going to do the mesotherapy. Only if the skin has healed from the acne. The skin looks good, and there's literally only post-acne, meaning you're doing the extraction. There's always going to be something for you to extract, yeah? Like blackheads, whitehead, like we always have something to take out. But if the skin overall looks good and there's no acne, no inflamed acne, we are able to do the mesotherapy with a scars peel. Only if there's still acne, we're going to not touch the skin with the mesotherapy. We're first going to treat the acne, and then only after that we can start doing the mesotherapy with the scars peel. But if the skin bleeds, as I mentioned before, that is great. That means you reach the right amount into the dermis, and the peel will actually go in deeper, and you're going to have even a better effect and better results. Okay. What if the client has on the neck? Okay, so if the client has on the neck, so it's the same story like the client that I showed you guys before. Can we do the mesotherapy and we roll out? Not really, because the skin is very, very thin in the neck area. We can go gently, we can go on top, but we're not going to go crazy. We're going to go very, very light, but we definitely can. And again, I'm repeating, please, guys, remember this. This is very important. One application of a peel only. Don't think you're smart and go all out and do more peels and think it's going to do better. It will not. We want the mesotherapy to heal the skin by itself. The only thing the peel is going to do is give it a good boost and give it deeper penetration when it comes to the hyaluronic acid, when it comes to the mesotherapy. So it really works well when it's doing one application of a peel, not more than that. Okay. A client with red post-acne without acne will continue the pigmentation every week or scars peel. So you can play around with that. If if the post-acne appears to be red, so it's pigment. It is pigmentation. However, it's red pigment, but it's still a pigmentation. But if it appears to be scars with a red pigment, okay, that would be the scars peel. You can also do, if you're confused, you can do to combine them both. You can actually do the TCA 20% because that's going to give it a boost to both the hyperpigmentation and the post-acne. Okay, but again, one application only, and it can be done even if you're doing with the mesotherapy. So it's once every 3 weeks, not before that. Okay. But if you're doing without, you can even do it one every week. Again, depends on the client. The skin is very irritated, we're not going to go all out. If the client doesn't need any more peeling, can I do just the mesotherapy as a treatment at my clinic? Absolutely. If the client doesn't need a peel, you can definitely do just the mesotherapy with the booster. It works like, I'm telling you, you guys are going to see it. Your clients are going to see it. Again, we also want to bring back the skin to look like this is how it always was. We don't want always peeling, 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 peeling. At one point, the peeling will stop and it needs to stop. So we're just going to continue the process with the boosters, which is going to help hydrate the skin, make it look glowing, beautiful, as if this is how the skin always have been. Okay, guys, any more questions? Booster that's recommended for acne with microneedling. So again, with microneedling. So again, when we're coming to the mesotherapy with the microneedling, we are not doing anything that has to do with acne. We are first treating the acne to be gone. If you're gonna do, this is a huge mistake that estheticians are making. We are not doing the microneedling method if the client has acne still, because it's going to help the infection spread. So only when it comes to scarring, and you're asking me now about post-acne. So again, the post-acne, the best one to do would definitely have to be the hyaluronic acid, because the hyaluronic acid fills in. It really clears it up, heals it, seals it. So definitely recommend the hyaluronic acid, unless the post-acne appears to be dark. If it's like a dark brown, do not do the hyaluronic acid. Definitely go with the vitamin C booster and the microneedling method. Okay, any more questions? Okay, guys, I definitely want to show you the link where you guys can go back into the website and see all the Zooms that we've had and everything that we were talking about. I know you guys are sending me a lot of WhatsApp messages, so I'm going to show you that right now. And definitely go, there's always more to learn. A lot of the times, there's things that you thought certain thing and, you go back into the Zoom. So this is definitely the best way to do it. You have goldcosmetics-pro.com. You have the phone number on our Florida location. You can send a WhatsApp message if you're unsure. And of course, we have our group chat, which you can go and send your photos of your customers and your clients and see, if you're debating on something that you're not sure of, we are definitely here to help you out. So we want to wish you guys, to you guys, it's still noon, but here in Israel, it's good evening. And stay tuned for next week's Zoom. And definitely go back into our old Zooms and, we'll keep you guys posted. So I hope you guys enjoyed our Zoom today, and we hope to see you next week. Enjoy your day.